Hello, and welcome back to my channel, my podcast, whatever platform that you're listening or watching this on. I really appreciate you for being here and appreciate you for being one of the 5 people that listen. As long as I'm helping someone, it doesn't need to be lots of people. It can just be one person. That's all that matters to me. I want to talk about a subject today that feels quite rife with the rise of skinny talk and people falling into the skinny talk trap and thinking they need to eat less because that's what everyone is doing. I'm speaking to you, but I'm also speaking to the girl that wants to build muscle. If this is you, you probably feel a bit stuck between the two because you want to build muscle, you want to look phenomenal, you want to have a load of muscle on your frame, but also everyone is trying to be skinny at the moment. You're thinking, well, maybe that's what I should do. I want to talk to you because I was you and you have to choose one. And honestly, I beg you, please choose the route of building muscle because it's phenomenal, it's incredible, and it will change your life in the best way. It will do so much for your health, whereas just chasing skinny is slowly killing you. That sounds dramatic, but it's not dramatic. Like, it's actually the truth. So I just want to go into a little bit about building muscle, what it actually takes, why it's hard, and then also why you should do it and why it's bloody magical. It is hard, right? It takes time and it will require you should probably sit slightly above where you feel comfortable in your body. I'm talking weight-wise. I'm talking probably holding onto a little bit more body fat than normal. Also, potentially for a significant period of time. So you might actually be uncomfortable for a significant period of time if you want to have the kind of physique that someone looks at you and says, holy shit, she trains, she works hard, she goes to the gym, she works for that. Being uncomfortable is a really integral part of this. Actually, I guarantee you, probably the girls that you look up to or the guys that you look up to who do have a significant amount on their frame have spent a lot of time in a body that didn't really look that impressive because they were probably holding on to way more body fat, but they were building muscle underneath. And that is kind of just, it's what you need to do. You can sit at maintenance and not ever get uncomfortable. I used to think that you could do this and it was enough, it was possible, but I've kind of changed my opinion on that. And unfortunately, I think for the majority of us who are not hyper responders to the gym, who actually, it takes a lot of effort to build muscle, we need that little bit more of discomfort. We actually need to sit with our body fat levels a little bit higher for a longer period of time if we want those muscles to pop, to look wow. You can get far at maintenance and you can look good. But if you want to look above average and if you want to look like a rare specimen on the street, you need to spend time in a surplus. You need to spend a lot of time in a surplus. You need to actually build your muscles. You need to actively build them. And to build them, you need to eat. It's as simple as that. Building muscle is expensive for even just maintaining and keeping everything functioning healthy. That's expensive. So your muscle growth journey on top of that is going to be even more expensive. And when I say expensive, when I say costly, I mean you need a lot of food. And food is your body's currency. So it's expensive for your body, probably also for your bank account because you need to eat a lot. And food is bloody expensive these days. So that's the downside. You're probably also going to doubt throughout this process, more so than if you're in a diet phase and you're thinking, oh, the weight loss is not working. You're going to doubt more so, is this actually working? Because you can't really see what's happening, right? You've probably got more body fat than you're comfortable with sitting on top of your muscle, and you're not really seeing that muscle that's going on underneath. But you've got to keep going because it works. We know it works. Eating enough, lifting with intent, getting stronger, pushing close to failure, and committing. Going all in for a significant period of time. This is what you need to do. And this is going to get you to the results that you want. It's that simple. But you need to trust the process. You need to trust yourself. And you need to trust that the effort that you're putting in is going to give you the result. Effort is always rewarded. It doesn't matter whether that's weight loss, whether that's muscle building. As long as you're putting in the effort, we are going to see that result. So you need to hang on to that because I promise you, and this has happened to me a lot of times over my recent muscle building journey, I've doubted myself. I thought, I'm not sure. I'm ready to go back into a fat loss phase now. Or am I really building muscle? You will doubt yourself. It's normal. It's a part of any process. Success is not linear. But you just got to trust the process, right? Just trust the process and know that you're doing the right thing. If we also look at the period of discomfort, the period of getting uncomfortable, right? In the great scheme of life, it's such a short period of time. Maybe it's a year, maybe it's 2 years. Really, what is that? It's really not a long time. And in the great scheme of life, for a life of a great amount of muscle mass to protect your bones, to keep your metabolism ticking over, to help you move well, to stay strong, to age well. And let's be honest, the most important one, you look fucking phenomenal. You look above average. You feel freaking sexy. And everyone will look at you and think, oh my God, she works for that. Because muscle is sheer effort, right? It cannot be bought. And that is what makes a muscular physique so impressive, because not many people, if any, are willing to do what it takes to get there, because it is uncomfortable and it is going to take a long time. It does require a lot of patience. It requires a lot of boring, mundane things that you just have to do again and again and again, day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. Okay. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not exciting, but that is what gets you the result. And that is why not a lot of people are willing to do it, because they're not willing to do that, but they're also not willing to get uncomfortable. And ultimately, they're probably spending their whole life chasing fat loss and really never realizing the true potential of what their physique could possibly be, because they're stuck at level 1. I really want you to be different. I want you to think differently. I want you to behave differently. And I want you to be an outlier, because you do have what it takes. As long as you are patient, you just gotta have the work ethic and you will get there. Right now, I'm currently in my, I hope there's gonna be muscle underneath phase. And it's the first time I've really taken it seriously, and I'm just giving it as long as it takes. I haven't actually set a time frame on this journey for health reasons, because I went into this journey initially with the idea of regaining my period, and it's turned into a build. I mean, why not? If we have to, like, why the hell not? Why not go all in? So I'm giving it as long as it takes. If you are in a similar place, or if you need a little bit of inspo to keep going and keep focusing on building muscle in this new era of skinny talk, I hope what I put out, and I hope my content, is a breath of fresh air for you, to remind you to eat, to remind you that body fat is actually not the enemy, and to remind you that sometimes we need to eat more and build some incredible muscle that I know you are capable of if we just go all in and if we fully commit to the process. Honestly, food is powerful. Muscle is powerful. Not being hungry and thinking about food 24/7 is powerful. I am now 6 months into my muscle building journey, and it's brought me so much on top of just having more muscle. It's brought me my period back after suffering with hypothalamic amenorrhea on and off for 6 years and never having a regular cycle. I've had a regular period for 4 months now, which is no coincidence. And it's freaking incredible for me, for someone that has suffered for 6 years. And really, I wish someone had told me this at the beginning of my journey. Like, you just need to eat more food. You need to eat more food for a long period of time. That's what it comes down to ultimately. My sex drive has gone through the roof. TMI, mum and dad, sorry if you're watching this. I've had the best social year of my entire life. Not having to worry about every gram, every macro. Because honestly, with a budget of 2,400 to 2,500 calories, I can eat pretty much whatever I want. And okay, let's bear in mind that what I go for after years and years of building healthy habits is high protein, whole foods, high fiber. But I can also sprinkle in desserts and aperols and champagne and margaritas. I realize most of that is alcohol. I'm giving something away about myself. Nothing crazy, but I'm able to enjoy these things. I'm able to go out for food. I'm able to indulge. I'm able to manage my week successfully because I have a lot of calories to work with. It's easy. And I'm able to spend this time with my friends and fill up my social cup and go on holiday and just totally be present in the moment. And honestly, that is so empowering. It's given me so much. I've also had chronic niggles for like the past 2 years, which have all of a sudden just disappeared. Like everything is functioning really, really well because I was probably running on a lack of fuel for God knows how long. My energy is sky high. Ironically, I'm more confident in my body now than I was when I was 5 kgs lighter. I think because I'm just fully immersed and I've committed to the process that I'm just okay with it. And I'm, as opposed to looking in the mirror and picking myself apart for the weight that I've not lost or the areas where I'm holding on to too much body fat, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm looking for excess muscle that I've built. I'm looking for my glutes to be rounder. I'm looking for my shoulders to be more capped. And actually looking for different things in the mirror, I think has a completely insane knock-on effect to your body confidence. So I'm not looking for negative things. I'm looking for areas where I've grown and I'm not bogged down in that I've got too much body fat on my stomach. I need to get rid of that. So it's ironic that I'm more confident sitting 5 kgs heavier, but also it makes sense because I'm not focusing on the fact that I want to be lighter. I'm also excited for every single day. Like I'm so excited to wake up. I'm so excited for every training session, for every run, for every walk, for every work day, all brings me so much joy. And I just feel like I'm living with so much passion. I feel like I have put a filter on my life, and it's just, the colors are so much more vibrant. And it's crazy that food can be this powerful. But if you are eating enough, and if you're eating enough of the right foods, or foods that are going to benefit your health, really, it is magic. Like, food is fuel. So if you are struggling, if you feel like you're living in lack or in gray, and you're just not excited and everything is monotonous and you're constantly restricting, try and eat more food. And like, that might be the solve to most of our problems. Reflecting on this and what I've achieved alongside building muscle, but like so much more than just that, has made me realize what an amazing 6 months this has been, and how much it's done for not only my body, but my life. Like, this really has been probably one of the best years of my life, which is wild, because every time I've gone into a fat loss phase, or have constantly been thinking about I need to be smaller, I always think I will be happy when I'm smaller. But actually, I've completely gone the opposite way. And this might be one of the best years that I've ever had. I feel unstoppable. Work opportunities have come my way. I'm not afraid to put myself out there and say yes to things, or grab opportunities I think might be great for me. I probably wouldn't have started this YouTube, feel like an absolute dickhead talking on camera to 5 people. But as I said, if it helps someone, it helps someone. And I wouldn't have had the confidence to do this last year. Side note, if you give me hate, I thank you for it, because it boosts the video. It's good for my algorithm. So if you have nothing nice to say, pop it in the comments, please. I just feel like I found true balance between fitness and life. And this is honestly what it's all about. And this is something that I've been searching for 6 years. Ever since I got into the industry, I feel like this is what I've been searching for. I've never had it balanced. It's always been either too much one way or too much the other way. Too much life, not enough fitness. Not enough life, too much fitness. But right now, I literally feel like every single one of my cups is filled. And that is what my build has given me. So let's bring on the next 6 months, because we are not stopping anytime soon. I, number one, need at least 6 regular cycles for my body to be in a place where it feels resilient enough to make any changes. Number 2, I am going to take this as far as I can. And I'm really going to use this opportunity to build as much muscle as I can and become that fucking above average. Like, she looks phenomenal. I want to look like that. She obviously works for what she's got. I want to be her. I want to become that version of me. And if I have achieved what I've achieved already in 6 months, imagine how much more I can achieve if I push for another at least 6 months. So I'm excited to see what we can achieve out of this. I haven't shared any progress photos of before and afters on my YouTube. I have tons of pictures on my Instagram, because I've basically documented the whole of my journey for the last 6 years. And if you have been on the fence, I will pop that link in my bio below. And if you have been on the fence about building muscle, and if you are maybe just a little bit meh with your physique, you feel like you could do so much more, but you're trapped in just killing yourself with a calorie deficit and not seeing what you want to see, and it doesn't seem to be working for you, please try a build. Let this be your sign, and it might be the best thing that you ever do. And if you do need help, I do have a guide all about building lean muscle, because we want to look fab. We don't want to look fat, right? And we can easily get it wrong if we don't have the right guidance. So if you need the right guidance, if you really want to take a build seriously and do it right and build muscle, yes, get a little bit uncomfortable, have a little bit of extra body fat on you, but mainly it's going to be muscle that you're building, then comment lean muscle below and I will send you my guide completely free. And hopefully it helps you, and hopefully it gives you that kickstart you need to join me in the magical build. And I promise you will not regret it.